Hey everybody, Daniel Mosnet here with Cowboy Charcoal. We've got another really simple recipe today using our Cowboy Charcoal briquettes. Now these all-natural charcoal briquettes paired with mesquite chunks are really gonna give a very intense smoky flavor to our grilled steak bites today. Now mesquite flavor, when you get the smoke flavor from mesquite chunks, you're gonna have a lot of flavor. If you like dark chocolate, if you like black coffee, those are the types of flavors that you're gonna get when you use mesquite and mesquite smoke. So it's very intense, it's very bold, so you wanna make sure that you use your mesquite according to your tastes. Today, we're gonna start our chimney starter with about half briquettes and half mesquite chunks. We're gonna let that get up to temperature and we're gonna cook hot and fast over our steak bites. Now, I've marinated some steak bites here already. These have been overnight in my refrigerator, but I'm gonna show you how to put this recipe together. Now, it's a very easy recipe. You can go to the store and you can buy cubed steak meat already. It's usually chuck and it's cut in about 1-inch pieces. You can buy that already cut, or if you want it a little bit less expensive, you can buy the whole chuck roast and you can cut 1-inch pieces from there. It's really your preference and how much time you want to spend. So we're gonna use a little bit of olive oil here. It's just gonna help coat. We're gonna toss that around. Make sure you keep one hand clean so you make sure that you don't touch any of the food that hasn't been cooked yet with any of the seasoning. So we're gonna use one hand to coat all of the meat with the olive oil. We're gonna add a little bit of soy sauce. We're gonna add a little bit of granulated garlic powder. You could add fresh garlic here too. Now with steak, I gotta tell you, one of my favorites is Jack Daniel's steak seasoning. The flavor with the steak seasoning is just out of sight. So we're gonna add our JD steak seasoning, and this is to your taste. So add as much as you like. And then we're gonna add just a little bit of salt. You have got a decent amount of salt in there already from the steak seasoning, but a little bit of salt helps season it all up. And this is it, this is your marinade. So you're gonna put this, you could do this in a plastic bag if you don't want a messy bowl. You just do it right in the plastic bag like I've done here, but you're gonna let this sit up to overnight or about 8 hours or so all of that flavor permeates the meat. You're good to go. So what we're gonna do, you could put these directly on a wire rack and put that wire rack right on the grill. For me, it's a lot easier to put them on a skewer. It's a lot easier to turn and make sure that everything is grilled appropriately. So I'm just gonna skewer these and make sure you have a little bit of airspace in between each one of the pieces that you put on. You could use bamboo skewers if you don't have metal skewers like this. If you're using bamboo skewers, make sure that you soak the skewers before you use them, or else they are likely to catch on fire because you're putting them over a very hot grill. So we're gonna end up with about 3 of these steak bites, so these won't take very long. If you cook a steak, you're looking for about 5 minutes or so aside, depending on your thickness of steak. So this is gonna be just about the same. Okay, so we've got our 2-zone fire ready to go. Our coals are completely ashed over, and this looks perfect. We're running about 600 degrees or so. We could get a little bit hotter if we want to, but that's about the temperature that I like to get started with. So now we're gonna take our steak bites that are on our skewers. We're just gonna put them right on the grill. In the meantime, we've cut a few pieces of baguette. This is my favorite way to eat steak bites. Just a little bit of olive oil on both sides. Now these steak bites are good on their own, but you can use this as a little bit of a bruschetta, or you can use this as a main course. So we're just gonna grill our baguette just a little bit. Gonna get some good grill marks. We're gonna brush it with a little bit of blue cheese. We're gonna put the grilled steak bites right on top of that. Okay, so now that I've got these beautiful char marks all the way across, I'm just gonna take these, I'm gonna move them over to the cooler side just for a couple of minutes. I like to close my grill just to enhance a little bit more of that smoke, that mesquite smoke flavor. And you saw this only took a couple of minutes. I'll take each one of the baguette, put just a little bit. I like a lot of blue cheese. Right across each one. We'll take our steak bites off. Just put them right across the top. Okay, we fancied up our plate here a little bit, and we've got our grilled cowboy steak bites. Now, these are absolutely fantastic. One of the things I want to do to top it off is just a little bit of balsamic glaze. You can just drizzle that right over the top, brings in a little bit of sweet element. So you've got the smoky, the heavy smoke flavor with mesquite. You've got that Jack Daniel's steak seasoning, you've a little bit of garlic, and you have the sweet from the balsamic glaze and a little bit of the blue cheese down below. You're gonna love those. Those are my absolute favorite. I'm Daniel Mosnet with Cowboy Charcoal. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social channels. Follow cowboycharcoal.com, and until next week, keep cooking with Cowboy.